Welcome to my series, where I try to tell Skyrim like it was written in a book, or told in a TV series, with not just one main character who is all of a sudden the Dragonborn, but many different characters, most of which, well, all of which, but one, are not the Dragonborn. This story will be played by many different characters of all different sorts of backstories, and all different combat roles and personalities. I hope you come to enjoy watching this sort of stuff as much as I enjoy making it and playing it. If you guys enjoy, please leave a like, and subscribe if you want. And of course, if you're feeling a bit chatty, drop me a comment and it'll be fun to have a conversation. Anyway, I'm gonna let you get to this. Have fun.
Chapter 19, The Hammer. My name is Borgaka, and am the daughter of an orc chief. I'll soon be sent away to marry another orc chief. For this is the duty of daughters of the chieftain. My father always wanted a son, and all my life he has treated me like I'm livestock, and it's almost time to sell me off, for I have come of age to marry. All my life I've tried to make him proud of me. I've fought in many battles, but still all I am to him is a trade for an alliance. I should just leave and go my own way, but it would break my mother's heart. My father's other wife, her daughter left the tribe, and her mother was filled with great shame. As much as I'd like to leave this all behind, I still have a duty to my people, and hopefully I'm married to a strong orc chieftain. I head off tomorrow to start my new life. I'm being sent off to the rift to a stronghold called Largashbur to marry its chieftain. But I will not settle for another weak-minded chief who only regards his daughters as cows to trade amongst other chiefs. I shall spend my last night here and start my long journey to the rift at sunup. I will miss my mother and the people of Mor Khazgur. My mother was the one who taught me how to fight, how to lead. I can only hope to love my own children as much as she has me. Now my journey begins. I must fulfill my duty to my family and to Malakath. If it wasn't for my mother, I would have left the stronghold years ago, gone out on my own and did mercenary work. But just like her, I have a duty to Malakath and the orc strongholds. But at the same time, I have respect for myself. I won't marry some weak coward to pump out his children. I'll marry a strong orc who will lead our people and raise our children to be strong. Months ago, I was thinking of joining the Legion, so I could leave the stronghold and go out on my own, but without shaming my people, for orcs are allowed to leave the strongholds if we are to join the Legion. But with this civil war going on, I don't want to die for someone else's war, to battle across Skyrim for a war I don't believe in. So I'll follow the plan. I won't shame my mother. This does feel freeing enough, though, being out here on my own. If this doesn't work out, I'll join the Legion, and then one day I'll return home and marry a strong orc.
Mike does not remember his childhood. Perhaps he never had one. Nords are so serious about beards. So many beards. Mike thinks they wish they had glorious manes like Khajiit.
The roads of Skyrim were interesting. There were strange cat-like folk who talked funny, who traveled the roads. I've never seen anybody who looks like that before. I wonder if there's more strange people like him out there. But the roads are also dangerous. They are filled with soldiers battling on the roads, or the undead wandering to the roads. Nothing makes you feel more alive, more free than fighting for your life. I can see why some orcs leave their strongholds. These Nord cities look big. There's room to live your life and make your own choices. Maybe these city orcs have the right idea. Not bound to anybody but themselves. Must be good to never have your life planned out for you by others. The journey has been long. I'll rest here for the day, and I'll set off to Largashbur in the morning. I might as well enjoy my last day of freedom. This place was nice. It had a great range of color, much better than the mountains of the Reach.
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your
The
room.
Nords lived well, plus their drinks were better. What would life be like if I was born a Nord? Would I be fighting for Skyrim's freedom or working somewhere? It mattered not, I guess. Since I was born an orc, since the time I could walk, I was taught to fight. Us orcs are born strong. All over the world, armies and minds want orcs for our strength, since there are none stronger. But we must make each other strong, not others. We must put orcs first. Too many times we've lost Orsinium to the eastern countries, and now the orc people must rely on the Legion to protect the new Orsinium. I will make sure that if I'm to be married, that my chief will respect me as an equal, for his battles will be my battles, and mine his. That I won't be some weak-willed orc wife. When I arrived to Largashbur, it was under attack by a giant. What kind of stronghold has giants at their gates? They couldn't even handle one giant. What kind of weak tribe have I been sent off to?
Forgive Ugor's harsh words. She's merely doing as she's been told. Please, our tribe suffers, and we need help. Our chief Yamars was once a strong and proud warrior. Now he is stricken, cursed. He is weak, and so our tribe is weak. The giants sense this, and intrude on our territory. Now they assault our very home. Yamars refuses help, but I sense that you may be just what we need.
I said to myself I wouldn't deal with a weak husband, or his weak tribe. I thought to myself I should just leave and never return to the orc strongholds.
Yamars has demanded we stay inside the walls. We cannot leave. I must petition Malakath for relief. This curse must be lifted. But I cannot travel to Malakath's shrine. The ritual must be done here, and I do not have the materials I need. I beg of you, can you bring me troll fat and a Daedra heart? I have no wish to depend on a stranger, but I have no choice.
But then I thought to myself, quitting is weakness. That leaving my people to suffer is making my people weak. Allowing that would mean turning my back on everything I have ever stood for. This was all my choice. To help or to walk away, I decided to help. For the first time in my life, I had a choice to make. To go in any direction of my choosing, I would choose to help my people. To return Largashbur back to its former strength. Its chief, on the other hand, was another problem I would face later. I needed to find troll fat and a Daedra heart. The heart would be easier to get than the troll fat. Maybe there's a bounty for trolls I can take to get what I need. An alchemist will have a Daedra heart, but that will cost a small fortune. This Nord city stunk. It smelt like crap. Still, I found a bounty for a beast, which very well could be a troll. It's located further north on the coast of Skyrim. I'll track it down and end it. But first, I need the heart, which I can get here.
Take a look.
I spent all of my gold on that heart. Now all I needed was a troll so I could summon Malakath. My armor kept me warm. I finally arrived at the frozen coast of Skyrim. The troll was killed by the undead, so all I had to do was clean out the undead, take the troll fat, and head back to Largashbur.
I will stay right here and wait for you to bring me what I need. Excellent. Now, you must come with me. You'll become a part of this. You must be present for the ritual.
You bring an outsider here, and now insist I call on Malakath for help, when he has clearly forsaken me. You try my patience, Atub.
Doing nothing will not grant our tribe relief from this curse. We must try.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Now we begin the ritual. Great Malakath, we beseech you, aid us in our time of need.
Why are we bothering with this?
You pathetic weakling!
What's that?
Malakath has heard my pleas. He speaks to us.
You dare summon me, Yamars?
What? What is this?
You don't deserve to call yourself an orc. You're weak, you're small, and you're an embarrassment. You let giants, overrun my shrine. Bring me their leader's club as an offering, and I might release you from this curse.
So it will be. Malakath has spoken. Your path is clear.
Very well. You, outsider, come here. I want a word. This is all your fault, you know. I'm stuck fighting a giant now, thanks to you. So you're going to help me. You're going with me, and you're going to make sure I don't have any trouble reaching that giant. Don't worry, I'll make it worth your while. Thanks to you, I've just been issued a challenge in front of my whole tribe by a Daedric prince, no less. I can't ignore that. I didn't say I wouldn't fight the giant. I just said you're going to help me get to it. Meet me outside Fallowstone Cave. You clear the way to the giant for me, and I'll make sure you get paid for it.
I met the chief I was supposed to marry, but he was old and weak. Even Malakath called him such. I won't marry him, but I wasn't about to abandon a quest from Lord Malakath. I would see this to the end. I would set off in the morning, by Malakath. The mornings here were amazing. This place is far better than the stinking Reach.
If there's a chance this'll save me, then I'm taking it. Let's just get this over with. Yes, because a worthless city orc is just what we've been waiting for. Finally, we're saved.
He called me a city orc. I'd kill him right there for saying that. Lucky he's on a quest for Malakath. Did nobody send a letter telling them I was coming? Or did my father just send me off to die?
Weeks? Longer. Feels like an age has gone by. I haven't slept in so long. Let's get this over with.
The cave was massive. We only found a couple of giants and bears when we finally got to Malakath's shrine.
All right. I'll go kill this giant. Unless, of course, you'd like to make some extra gold. Fine. Then wait here. This should only take a second.
Yamars was a fool, always trying to scheme his way out of responsibility. Well, the giants took care of him, and you took care of the giants. Two problems solved at once. Now, take Shagrel's hammer back to Larnishburg, and we'll see about whipping the rest of them into shape.
I protected Chief Yamars all the way to Shagrol, when the weak fool tried to pay me to do his quest, to then be killed by the giant Shagrol, leaving me to clean up his mess. Lord Malakath told me to take the giant's hammer and return to
The ways of
Largashbur
the
to
mystic
lift
are
the
known
curse
to me.
off its
I have
orcs.
remedies and cures, should you need them. But what of your Mars? I see. He did not survive. He died well? Ah, that is good to hear then.
Yamars was a coward and a weakling. His deceitful ways have cost you all greatly.
So he has been punished. What of us? What fate shall we suffer?
You'll have to prove yourselves, but I'm willing to give you a chance. Gullerzov's in charge now. Let's hope he's a better chief. You place that hammer on the shrine. You're the only one who's proven worthy in all of this.
I was rewarded Malakath's mighty hammer, Volendrung. None could say that I was just an orc woman who was made to be a wife, that I'm just or more so dangerous than any male orc. Malakath appointed a new chief to Largashbur, so I decided to marry him, but on my terms. If he was to respect me and treat me right, I will bring him many children. We both agreed. My life was now my own, and if the day comes I need to leave, I will be welcomed back.
Ah, I forgot a name. Borka, that's the one. So we finally got, well, I finally got to this. Now, her entire character was kind of, well, I guess a few playthroughs ago, I come across her on Senturos, ignore the big titty dork over there. I come across a Senturos and she was, well, always talked about almost of age to be married off, or she wanted to leave, maybe even join the Legion. And for that character during that time, Senturos, she did. But I thought, you know, I don't like collecting weapons and putting them on walls, because I've got so many characters and so many items. Why not share these items amongst people, you know? And so I didn't want to share her the hammer. I wanted her to get the hammer. Because yes, this hammer, I don't know how to really Volendrog or whatever it's called, it's got some history and some character towards it, you know? It was a hammer made by the dwarves that eventually come into the service of Malakath. And it's had many hands grab it, you know, throughout history, which gives it more and more character. So I thought, why not earn some more character with this weapon by giving it to a vanilla character and expanding her story. So, yeah, now, pretty much, the whole design for Borka is to grab this item. And one day, when the Dragonborn comes, she will leave this encampment and she will go and join the Dragonborn to help aid them. Now, she could die, and this hammer could be returned back to its people after the Dragon Wars is completed. You know, out of respect for Borka and the Orc people, for it to eventually fade back into oblivion. Or, at the very end of the war, she might reference that she still might want to have a bit of freedom. And in doing that, she will leave this Orc tribe to go and fight in the war with Senturos. And then when the war is ended, because by then she's seen a lot of the war, and she's involved herself a lot in Skyrim, and she can see why the war kind of needs to end. And, well, by then, she might be really invested into the war, or bringing peace to Skyrim, and then going and join the Legion, getting a bit more freedom, and then when the war's done, returning home, and, you know, starting, they're already trying to start a bigger family, but, you know, get to the whole, let's have many sons and start a great Orc tribe, blah blah blah. Jesse, can you stop messaging on Discord, you son of a bitch, if you're watching this? So this is kind of where it's going for at the moment. You know, I want her to rock up and bend the knee to the Dragonborn and have this hammer here swinging at dragons. I've got to change the enchantment because it's kind of crap. It's just like a stamina damage thing. It'd be so much better with the fire damage, or some sort of cool, like, I don't know, effect where you knock them on their ass every time you hit them. I wanted her to be strong because if I looked in the creation kit and I saw that her and her father were actually rivals, and I thought, ooh, maybe she's, you know, she's one of the boys, you know, she doesn't, why is that fire like that? Oh well, fix it up later. She wanted to be one, you know, she's pretty much a bloke, you know, she's not a bloke, orcs have very thick accents, but yeah, she didn't like that her father always treated her like a woman, you know, like she was insignificant kind of, you know, she was to be traded off to another orc chief and to give him children. And she didn't like that. Her entire life she's up there fighting, you know, she's training, she's making a warrior out of herself. What is that in her ear? I don't know what the hell's going on there. And so she's always been very strong-willed. And she swore to herself that she'd never marry a weak orc, she'd never be weak. You know, she's got to be strong for her people. And, well, you know, her entire life she's been dictated where to go, what to do. Finally, she's sent off to go and get married. Either her father sent her off there, you know, hoping that she would get married, didn't really plan it through, or that she'd die on the roads and he wouldn't really give a shit. She found herself here. She found herself doing, you know, under the service of Malakath. She refused to marry its weak, pathetic orc chief. But eventually, while completing this quest for Malakath, she became Malakath's champion, and a new chief was chosen, a younger male, you know, one that she can kind of imprint on. Now, it's a bit of a, I don't know if it's a Dom thing, I didn't look at it this way, but she's joined him as a partnership. You know, there's definitely room for loving somebody and or like an arranged sort of marriage, but it's more that she's not going to just be some orc that lays down and breeds, you know, and pumps out orcs. She's gonna be fierce. If the chief needs advice, he'll go to his wife. If he's gonna go into battle, he's gonna take his wife with him. She's gonna have a big say in how this place runs. You know, she's not just some weak-willed orc. She's got a big hammer. You don't mess around with a woman with a big hammer. So she's rather, I guess, I kind of look at their relationship like she's the boss, you know? Like, she's not officially the boss, but behind the scenes, she kind of is, because I had this chick on me, like, yeah, it wasn't the other day, it was a few weeks ago, a few months ago, and she goes, men rule the world. And I thought to myself, I was like, well, you're obviously not a smart woman, because smart women lead those men. And she didn't take kindly to that. So this is kind of her. She's a very, you know, strong, adamant woman that will not take shit from anybody. And yeah, I wanted a strong character. So one day, like I said, in the future, she will march with the Dragonborn and she will fight dragons. Hopefully she'll survive and join the Legion and then return back home when the war's over. She could die in either one. She could be burnt alive by a dragon and the hammer will be used by another orc, and then upon the end of the Dragon Wars, it will be returned to Lushingrug, whatever this place is called, and given to the chief, given to her husband. And there it will fade into existence. It will be returned to the Dragonborn Gallery when this entire place starts up, and it's kind of worshipping the Dragonborn, or honouring the Dragonborn and their companions, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, this is kind of the whole idea with her. I just really wanted to expand upon a vanilla character in the game, and this is kind of where it came with that. I thought, how can I make a story out of a vanilla character? And it always came to this idea of the hammer. How do I expand the Daedric items? How do I expand Skyrim characters? And these two kind of fitted together really well. So no longer is she just some orc smacking around at some dummy in the Reach encampment, saying that she's about to be wed off or that she wants a bit of freedom and blah blah. She's done it herself. She's now got her own story in Skyrim, and that's kind of the plan of this entire series. Anyway, I think I've rattled enough. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you've got any thoughts, anything like that, let me know in the comments, because it's always good to have a conversation on your stories, my stories, and what you think of either. Anyway, catch us later. Have a good one. Peace.